Listening to Blue Shirt
Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in, find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blue Shirt Underground, motherfucker!
BS arranger bad. BS arranger bad. This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Blue Shirt Underground Show. Today is Monday. It is January 15th. My name is Jim, and as always, I am joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Eddie Geik. And Eddie, we haven't done this in a while. It is Monday, and you know what that means.
That's right. Dak Prescott. Oh, woe is him. Woe are the Dallas Cowgirls as an 8-0 regular season home record gets flushed down the toilet. How about them cow pies? And now, currently, the Chiefs, currently, the Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia rolling deep on the once steel curtain Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Jets and Giants still figuring out who's going to quarterback. But anyway, that's what we got to say. That's what we're going to do. And yes, Detroit Lions hold on to win. I mean, they come back to win, and here we go. That's the way it goes. That's where the cookie crumbles. Matt Stafford did not have his revenge. Jeff Goff prevailed. Now back to you.
Frequently mentioned in those Monday night intros on this program, not others, but this one, Norm Snead, or Sned, passed away today, actually, at the age of 84.
Really?
Longtime New York Giants quarterback during the dark, dark years, although he did go to a Pro Bowl with the New York Giants in 1972. Passed away today at the age of 84 in Naples, Florida.
Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. So.
And also, farewell, Trixie.
Yes.
The great Joyce Randolph, the last honeymooner standing.
Man, she
just
couldn't
make it to 100. Seems to be problem for these long lifers to get from 99 to 100.
Yeah,
Eddie White, George Burns, right? Then he died at 99. Larry Storch, 99.
Yeah.
Barbara Feldon, 99.
Wow, I didn't realize Barbara Feldman was that old.
She was Agent 99.
Oh, okay. That's what I was going to say. She seemed a little bit younger than some of these other people. You got me there. A little slow on the uptake today. And now I'm pissed off because fucking the Bills missed a field goal. I could have cinched my bet. But now.
What'd you bet?
I bet a 2-team teaser. That looks like it's in the bag. I had Rams and Bills. Then I also bet both of those games straight. The 10-point spread. with the Bills game. It's 31-17. 2nd and 10. Pittsburgh has the ball now. Bills could have sealed it with a field goal, but they missed. Yeah, I know. I understand. They're kicking the high winds in Buffalo. Joe Ferguson. All right. Enough of the fucking football, but it has been exciting. I will say that the wild card weekend is pretty exciting. I will give it that much. So
Not bad.
not bad. It's entertaining. That's I really.
Couple of dogs of games.
Yeah. So
I mean, as much as anyone who doesn't like the Dallas Cowboys enjoys watching them get beat, I mean, that game was never really close. That game was not as close as the 16-point deficit reflected.
this just in. Tanya reporting that George Burns died at 102 months.
And she wins the actually award for the night.
That.
Actually.
So
Actually.
and somebody who roots for the Texans here. Michael Silvers, I think.
Colin Cook
is
Mike Silvers is a 49ers fan.
Oh, okay.
Margaret Hurley, by the way, thank you for your Patreon support. We do appreciate it. You're just not on to add you to the group anymore. So we do appreciate it, though. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And if you want to be cool like Margaret, follow the link at the bottom of the screen there and sign up for the great Patreon membership. Sponsor the show.
Well, there's a lot to dissect.
We got a lot to unpack here, as the kids say.
Yeah, a lot to unpack. I have some interesting views on what the dilemma has been. I will say that I am glad that I do not have to see the Washington Capitals for the rest of the year.
Right.
I have grown sick of that terrible lineup, terrible team, and that goalie owning us. Charlie Lindgren.
Charlie Tuna.
I mean, talk about full sale ownership of us. And that Cap team, even with Ovechkin, they stink. But without Ovechkin, they're even stinkier. And I know Ovechkin's not having the season. What the fuck? Pittsburgh is driving. Kill me. All right. So I'm just glad to see. I don't want to see that Mamstein or whatever that Manstein steamroller.
Allenstein?
Yeah, that guy. And Joe Dylan Strome. He's been and how nobody is scoring on that team except
well,
except against us.
I'll tell you, as far as that team is concerned, I think my feelings for them are well documented. But you know who has gone right to the top of the list on that team?
Who?
The head coach.
Oh, that guy.
What that bald Shinzon looking, what a crybaby. You know what?
Yeah, he's a
know
whiner.
your place, Rook. Know your place.
Wow.
You are a no one from nowhere, a nobody from nowhere, like my man Jimmy Buffett used to sing. You are a nobody from nowhere, and you think you have the leverage with these referees that you're going to work them all game long. How dare you accuse my defenseman of taking a dive? Did you see this ridiculous thing?
Yes, I saw it.
He's cross-checked from behind, and this bald idiot is accusing our defenseman of diving.
Give it a break.
Stefan
They're
Carberry.
interchangeable now with the bald look.
Right.
But this guy was
How dare he?
what a wine bag.
All game long.
Yeah.
He's the Nick Sirianni of hockey.
I'm just done. I'm done with the Capitals. I'm done with the whole thing. They're just so frustrating. Oh, Joe, they're the worst offensive team in the league. They can't score. Kuznetsov's done. Everybody's done. And Charlie Lindgren. And did you hear Sam saying Ryan Lindgren has blocked by Ryan Lindgren? No. Like I need you. I don't know the
like
difference.
Our Lindgren should just be Lindgren. The other one should be Charlie Lindgren. It should just be Lindgren and Charlie Lindgren. We know our Lindgren's first name.
Right. Exactly. Come on. So
Tom Wilson's still a piece of shit, by the way.
Who is?
Tom Wilson.
A couple weeks ago, I was kind of standing up to him. I was standing up for him, but he was such a fucking dick in these two back-to-backs that I don't know what he's doing. He was going after Lindgren. He's taking cheap shots.
He goes after Lindgren every chance he gets.
Yep. All right. So the return of Capo Caga. I mean, where did we last leave off, ladies and gentlemen?
We
weren't panicking. I remember that. That was a non-panic broadcast.
Our last program was in between the Vancouver loss and the St. Louis loss.
Okay. So we hadn't covered the St. Louis loss.
We haven't covered the St. Louis loss. The worst power play in the league, scored 2 goals against our Rangers St. Louis Blues.
Rangers completely pepper St. Louis. They get 40 shots on net. Jordan Binnington is back to his Stanley Cup winning form. And I got to see this Russian flopsy-mopsy goaltender, Igor Shesterkin. That's right.
Oh!
That's right. The Rangers gave up 19 shots in this game.
The worm is
His save
turned.
percentage was 789. 789.
Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
Dude, I can't take it. You can tell me quality shots. You want to blame every defenseman in the world. You give up 19 shots and you lose, and your goaltender that throws up a 7-8-9 save, you could be the 84 Oilers. You're not going to outscore that. Sorry. And I've seen a trend now. It's with Quick, too. These save percentages are ridiculous. They've got to be better. Now, I know they give up a lot of grade A chances when they do. They do. I'll give you that. But if I got to see fucking Ricardo Montalban, fucking Jordan Binnington, and Charlie Lindgren outplay our goalies, get the fuck out of here. Now, I know everybody, it's taboo to pick on Igor. He's a Vezina Trophy winner. He's got to be better. He's got to stop a breakaway. He's got to. I'm sorry. The Rangers are 6th best as far as giving up shots. There's only 5 teams that give up less shots than the Rangers. You can't win a game with freaking 850 save percentages. Give me a 900 save. And they've maintained this with injuries and rotating people out of the freaking front forward. To me, they got to be better than these bums. I'm sick and tired of seeing these goalies. Thatcher Demko. Here's another one. All right, he's having a good season. He puts up a 929 save against the Rangers. Igor faces 25 shots. .800 save percentage. Give me a break. Stop some pucks. They got to be better. I'm not saying they're the fault. They're the culprits, but they got to be better.
You didn't even mention Kochtikov or whatever the hell his name is in Carolina.
I got him.
That was
29 saves.
That was a 7-7-8 night, by the way.
That was .966 save percentage. Shesterkin, 27 shots, .788. What?
Anton Forsberg. How about Anton Forsberg? There's another one for you.
I don't have that one.
9-4-3, and Igor was 8-5-7. That was the 5-1 or 6-2 loss to Ottawa.
Peter Mrazek, who we beat, 32 shots. He was an 8.75. He's in Igor range there. Quick faced 30 shots, 900. So Quick is is basically the same thing as Peter Mrazek. Give me
Pekka Luukkonen.
I don't have him here.
9-6-2 to Igor's 8-9-5.
Game 1 against the Caps. Quick faced 21 shots. 8.57. Come on, guys. I mean, last night, Igor got the reprieve against one of the worst offensive teams in the league. That's why I chimed in. I really didn't know the stats. I knew at one point that they didn't have a lot of shots on there. I'm like, come on. I'm having my wife doing the math. I go, did these goals make any fucking saves? I mean, he's in.
Got another one for you.
Give it to me.
Scott Wedgwood, Dallas. 909 to Igor's 882. Scott Wedgwood.
Not.
Didn't he miss a field goal for Buffalo in the Super Bowl? Scott Wedgwood.
Just saying, guys. There's plenty of the blame to go around, but I'm not exempting people because I love them or I like them. To me now, the Jonathan Quick story is starting to evaporate before our eyes. But, hey, I might be jumping the gun. I've jumped the gun many times before. But if Igor Shesterkin is supposed to be the best in the world, he's got to play like it. He can't be beaten by these goofs. Now, I want to ask you this.
Should we bring up Louis Domingue for a start?
What?
Should we bring up Louis Domingue for another start?
Louis Domingue got in a tussle.
He did.
Yeah.
Wolfpack boy, they're a tough bunch. We'll talk about them in a little bit.
Yeah, the Wolfpack don't take shit anymore. Ever since we went down there,
Diane, I know it was Norwood. Does Diane actually think I didn't know it was Scott Norwood?
Yes. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, I was on my knees praying to God that he'd miss that field goal at the bowling alley in Lakewood, New Jersey. Remember it like it was yesterday.
The biggest chokes of all time. So, again, I'm not putting solely the blame. Then everybody's with Jim now. Everybody. Oh, Keandre Miller, he sucks, stinks. So I said, let me take a deeper dive into this. Let me see if these chuckleheads know what they're talking about. And then guess what I find out? If you put any credence in plus minus, which I'm sure you don't because you want to prove your point that Keandre Miller stinks, guess who has the best plus minus for defensemen on the Rangers?
Oh, well, that's saying a lot the way they played defensively.
On a team that doesn't score many even strength goals, I would say it means a lot. And Keandre, I am telling you, he is number one. So, again, you're irking me. You're all irking me with this Keandre Miller. There is a lot of reasons why the Rangers have been struggling. But I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh.
Look at him. Look at him. Spectating.
What is that after Trouba gave the puck away?
Doing what he does best. Standing there,
Yeah.
facing the wrong way. Oh, what? The puck's in the crease? What? TJ Oshie standing there? He's about to score?
No.
I'm good. I'm all right.
+5. And look, Sean, Keandre gets the top line boost of the team's time on ice leader, too. That's right. I like the jerseys. They winning them. What's not to like?
I don't like them, but I like the way they play in them. But again, I've said 20 times, they're not marketed for me anyway, so they don't care if I like them or not.
My thing is,
go look at all the advertising, see if they're targeting my demographic our demographic with those jerseys. Go look at the marketing.
And I want to say, please get off Keandre Ozolnish.
leave Keandre Pody alone.
And I see people mentioning in the chat room the return of Capo Caco. Hey, it looks like somebody was listening last week. Jim, they finally well, now we're going to hear the save percentages tomorrow.
Right. The New York Post, I'm not as down on the New York Post as most people. I still like their sports section, but at least kick in $1 once in a while on Patreon if you're gonna get 25% of your articles from this show. Kick in one. Larry, go into the wallet. Just $1 a month.
Oh,
I mean, come on. You got all that Post Sports Plus money that you're collecting. I see you doing these TSN appearances, and you're on NHL Network. Come on.
You like you, Larry? Just throw him.
I love Larry. I love his old stories, and he talks about being in the garden back in the early 70s. I like that. I like those stories. But come on, $1 a month. You and Molly split it. She wrote an article the other day talking about us, talking about something we talked about the night before. 50 cents a piece.
Yeah, 50 cents.
Price of a cup of coffee, as Sally Struthers used to say.
Well, yeah, Molly, I don't know if, she's pretty awful, but I mean, she's using our information. She should kick it in.
You heard it here first.
But Capo Caco returns.
And all is
pretty
right.
good.
And the winning returns with it.
That's right. 31 games did he miss? Was that it?
Ouch. I'm not really sure how to take this.
Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Well, it's true. That word is so harsh. Well, you're talking about the female reporters, and again, there are some good female reporters. I don't know where they are, but somewhere they can find me a good female. Those sideline reporters in football are completely useless. And the one I think does the between periods at the Flyer game, she's easy on the eyes. I'll tell you that much. But that Emily Kaplan, what the hell was she wearing on that Saturday game? She looked like Holly Hobby or something.
She looked like a pilgrim.
Yeah, what is that? What kind of look is that?
I don't know.
I mean, reporting for the Amish? I mean, I don't know what's going on over there. But enough of that. I don't want to be construed as sexist or biased. Yes, the Eddie Guy.
The Eddie Guy fashion report.
Yes, I am a fashionista. Wearing T-shirts since 1975. Graphic tees, as you say.
Oh, look, it's not it's the first thing Jen says if we're watching the game. She'll say, "What the fuck is she wearing?" She says it about Michelle Gingras all the time. So it's not just us. It's not just because we're pigs. We're men.
Well, I think maybe
Broads say it too.
I think maybe because we're talking about it.
It's not just because we're men, because we're pigs. Broads say it too.
Yeah. I don't know. I just but we are talking about it, so I guess I will come to your house and appraise your chairs. Like those two Kino brothers on Antiques Roadshow. They come in and they'll talk about your chairs for years. So Capo Caco returns. I thought he looked really good. Shannon Hogan getting slammed around. Boy.
Yeah, he did miss a scoring opportunity, but the other things he brings to the game were there. Put right on. I like that he right on the first line, right up there with the number one line. Try and get them going. Try and find some consistency on that line. I thought he played well for his first game back.
These guys are really Jim and Ed Kino. See, Margaret Hurley knows who the hell I'm talking about. I watched that. I love that Antiques Roadshow. All right, okay.
Patty Duke.
I would. Caco did have a great game. You know who I'm down on, and everybody's not down on? Lafreniere.
You're down on Laffy?
This guy
Still?
They're like the hottest line in the league, these guys. This guy can't score. He's got the worst head. I know he got a goal the other night, but it's like he had 8 goals. Like, and now what has he got? 10 or 11?
He's got
8 in the first.
He's got 26 points. I mean, that's.
I don't care about the assists.
Is that bad? Well, I don't know. As long as that line is producing, isn't that what I mean?
He gets.
It's not like he's Blake Wheeler on that line.
No, but he gets an inordinate amount of chances and doesn't convert. It's like I feel like he's got bad hands. He's just. I don't like his apples. Apples don't mean I want the sauce. Blake Wheeler, please. My friend Tom, he goes, another great game, and then he posts a picture of the handicap sign. Like the emoticon of the handicap sign.
Yeah.
So I know who immediately he's talking about. Blake Wheeler. So I am not frustrating me, but hey, listen, that line is playing excellent. I just got to figure out now. Did they put Caco on the first line last night?
Yes.
That seems the Will Cooley experiment's over. He got sandwiched between Bonino and Veazey. I think we'll play with Bonino and Veazey last night. Like,
well, I think Cooley was only going to be a placeholder until Caco was back anyway.
Peter Hurley's right too. Nobody could score on a breakaway on this team. Oh, Joe Connor McMichael. I am so done with the Capitals. I can't stand anybody on that team. I don't even Max Pacioretty. I know he's had like 3 MCLs and a torn Achilles in the last 3 years, but even him he's a non-factor on that team. Yeah, we gotta.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, Joe Garcia talking about they need to find a third center for poor Will Cooley. Filipino posted a picture. He was working out yesterday.
He was skating in Czechia
with Jaromir Jagr.
Let's get Jaromir Jagr back.
Bring them both over, right?
Yeah.
Get them both.
If they're skating together, can't we get a package deal? Well, we already got.
I mean, I know Jagr plays just to put. I think he plays, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll get an actually on this, I'm sure. But I think he's playing because he owns part of the team, so he plays to help put asses in the seats. We'll just buy the team.
I know.
We'll buy the team, and we'll buy every ticket.
You know what?
How much could it cost to buy a team in Chechnya or Chechnya?
I would joke. I see how bad compared to Blake Wheeler. How bad could
How
Yager
big
be?
could Yager be, right?
Yager looks like he's in pretty good shape.
I mean,
From
just
that
buying a
picture.
team.
He can't be any slower.
I mean, $50 million. We get the whole team. I mean, they're
Chump
subsidized,
change for
and we get Yager
Yager.
for the cup run.
I agree. I mean, the man deserves another chance at the Rangers. He's the all-time season goal scorer for the Rangers. Give him another chance. Well, there'll be plenty of guys. Well, what is the trading deadline? Like 6-7 weeks away. I can't
Something
wait.
like that.
I can't wait to get there so we can start replacing some of these bums. So, what did you think? Well, I want to know what everybody is.
The trade deadline is March 8th, by the way.
Okay, that's not too far away.
Gets laid early, as Yogi used to say.
Well, this was kind of the. So I want to hear your take. I've kind of thrown a spitballing about why the Rangers have struggled lately. What's your diagnosis, Mr. Dick Van Dyke?
Well, I mean, nothing. Nothing we haven't already said. Nothing we haven't already noticed. It's a flawed roster, and they've got injuries, and they're just they're forced to. Well, I don't know if the right word is forced. Maybe they feel they're forced. I don't know whether it's cap restraints or whatever. We've got Johnny Brodzinski in the lineup on a nightly basis, and
Anton Bleed made his debut on Saturday.
The other day, yes, who we met at the BSU takeover in Hartford, and trying to figure out the first line, what's going on with them. The BSU cursed out Dick Van Dyke because he's going to make it to 100.
Uh-oh.
So,
I hope so that he makes it to 100.
yeah, I mean, they've just been making mistakes on defense, and the power play's been struggling.
That's been
and. Of course, because we've seen it all year, the power play is what carries the team. So if the power play is struggling, they're not going to win. They lost 4 games in a row, and I think Sammy said they hadn't scored a goal in 4 games.
No, they hadn't.
He literally said that they hadn't won in 4 games, and then he mentioned the power play a minute later, but never made the connection. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that with this team, if their power play is struggling, they're not going to win many games. They didn't score a power play goal yesterday, did they? No. They were 0 for 5 on the power play.
They had a 5-on-3, I think.
And they still had to squeeze it out, right? They had a 5-on-3. And, and they had to squeeze out a win. They scored 2 goals. They scored a goal in the first minute of the game and the last minute of the first period, which has been done to them, which seems like 20 times this year. And finally they did it. But that was it. That was it for the whole game.
Yeah.
So they're struggling on special teams, which has carried them for the they're struggling on special teams. Their goaltending hasn't been good, and those were the 2 things that
and they only have one line going
most of the season.
One line. I mean, Panarin doesn't score. They don't. He didn't get a point on Saturday,
right? But he rectified that quickly yesterday.
Oh my God, that was so quick, that goal too, man. And I felt like he's been he's still got to think, shoot first, for him. And then he's been doing it. He's going to have a career high in goals at this pace for him. So,
and again, these rapid fire goals that they're giving up. I don't know what it is with this team, why they're so fragile when they give up a goal. I mean, St. Louis did it to him. Not as fast as we've seen some other times, but Jordan Kyrou had 2 goals in 3.5 minutes.
Joe!
He had 2 goals in 3.5 minutes the other night to turn a 1-0 Ranger lead into a 2-1 deficit, which then became a 3-1 deficit, which then became a 4-1 deficit. Hat trick, Jordan Kyrou.
.789 save percentage. 789. That's like Gilles Gratton numbers.
And then again in the Washington game on Saturday, they've got a 2-1 lead. Adam Fox providing all the scoring, and then they give up 2 goals in less than 2 minutes again in the third period, and it goes from 2-1 Rangers in a game that I didn't think they were playing great, but I thought it felt like they had control of.
They were winning the game going into the third period,
and then boom. 2 quick goals, and it's over. And I don't know how you guys feel, but yesterday they were up 2-0. TJ Oshie scores, and I'm thinking, oh, shit, it's going to be tied in a minute. I hope somebody else intends to score today. Because you're just waiting for the second goal, because it seems like for the last 2-3 weeks it's been coming.
And there was a point.
Joe, yes, good point. Kreider is in one of his funks that he seems to go through almost every year.
He seemed like he was picked it up, his intensity. The Rangers came out with a lot of intensity, I felt yesterday afternoon. I saw it, and Michael makes a good point. Jordan Kyrou, Anthony Manta. Oh, Joe, he's having a comeback season. No, he's having a comeback season against the Rangers. He scored in 3 straight games against the Rangers, I believe. They're like,
just want to run this through past you real quick. Starting in December, Kreider had a goal against Nashville, which I believe was the viewing party. Yes, the Nashville game viewing party. Then he went 5 games without a goal. Then he scored 2 in the win against Anaheim. Then he went 3 games without a goal. Then he scored 1 against Buffalo, then 2 games without a goal. Then he scored a goal in 3 straight, and now he's 5 straight again without a goal. And he also went 6 games without a goal after the first game of the season. Oh no, I'm reading that wrong. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong column. Sorry. I got that wrong. For that part. The rest of it was right. He's 5 games without a goal.
This is typical Chris Kreider. I mean, once I start getting on him, he takes off.
Right. That happens to a lot of guys once we get on him a little bit.
And Kreider,
not Keandre Pody, but a lot of guys.
I mean, Keandre Olzenish, +5. And then, but I felt like with Kreider, his overall play before the last game was kind of slumping. Like, I don't know. He not so smart penalties. I think it was a slash he gave some guy that was just not necessary.
2 games in a row, he took offensive zone penalties, 1 that killed a power play. Both games against Washington, I believe, he took an offensive zone penalty.
I felt like his defense, his back, it seemed like he was in a funk. I did not see the Women's Hockey League game. So anyway, I'm sorry. I got distracted by the chat.
Mike Silvers, I agree 100%.
What did he say?
Kreider's will be going up into the rafters someday. Absolutely. Because when he retires, he's going to be we've already crunched the numbers. He's going to be the all-time leading goal scorer for this team.
Yeah, I mean,
but that doesn't take away from the fact that he is a very streaky goal scorer.
And he's your first line, he's the first line left wing. So he's got to, and with Zibanejad, coming back from the injury, I think they really missed him in the penalty killing area.
Well, I mean, he misses that game against St. Louis. He's got the flu. He's out with the flu. And as Frankie would say, can't they go to Walgreens and get a flu shot? And he misses the game against St. Louis, and they scored 2 power play goals. The worst power play in the league. And without Mika in the lineup, they scored 2 goals. So, cause and effect.
Colton Pariaco has been asked to step up. And all of a sudden, these bums, Pariaco, who is not a bad player, but he's not a guy you want playing 28 minutes a night. He's just not that good. But all of a sudden, these guys are world beaters against the Rangers.
Mika, by the way, 6 games without a goal. That's your first line, guys. That's
Yeah.
a lot of nights, no production. And I don't need to tell you how many games it's been since Blake Wheeler scored a goal.
I mean,
but I will anyway. So Kako didn't score yesterday. So now we look at Will Cooley played 1 game on that line, right? Was it 1 game he played on the first line?
1 or 2, maybe. Yeah.
And Blake Wheeler has gone. Hang on, it's coming. Game logs. Here we go. His is a little bit longer because he's been here longer. Blake Wheeler has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games without a goal. So that's at least 6 games or 5 games without a goal from your number 1 line.
Can't happen. Gio is tuning in. He's driving to Atlanta to catch an Atlanta Flames game.
Hey, Gio.
Flames are playing the Barons.
Flames alumni night. Bob Sauve.
So there you go. You can talk about the first line struggles in the post tomorrow.
Right. That'll be
save percentage.
Right.
What else?
Headline,
Jim.
Headline, New York Post. Rangers need first line to get in gear.
Right. And the third and fourth lines. I mean, Johnny Brodzinski isn't going to score.
Probably not.
Nick Bonino isn't going to score.
He got his 1.
Jimmy Vesey will score occasionally.
Right. What's he got? 7 goals now, I think? 7 or 8?
He's been fantastic for what
including
he is.
Several game winners, right?
Who else we got?
Jimmy Funyuns, as they call him in the locker room, apparently.
Oh, really? That's what they call him?
Well, that's what Alexei Lafreniere did one of those off the boards videos. And he went around and asked the entire asking the team who they thought would win the Super Bowl. And he goes to Vesey and he says, "All right, let's talk to Jimmy Funyuns." So maybe that must be his nickname. Maybe he likes Funyuns.
The only guy I know that like Funyuns, I don't like him as a person. You put Funyuns on everything, like like some people like onion rings on their hamburgers.
Yes.
Are you one of those people?
Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
You're a person who likes to put onion rings on your hamburgers. Please let me know in the chat. I'm not gonna blast you.
I have ordered a burger that came with an onion ring on it.
Yeah.
I don't scour the menu looking for the burger with the onion ring. If that's what you're asking. Do I get up and walk out if they don't have a burger on the menu with an onion ring? No.
No, I
have enjoyed a burger at times with an onion ring on it.
Well, this guy, no, he's a real schlep. The rodeo burger. First of all, it's okay. Yeah, I like him on the side as well. Well, my friend, this guy, whenever we order a burger, it didn't come with onion rings, he would stop at 7-Eleven and get Funyuns and put it on his burger.
Now that's odd.
That's odd, right? That's
a little, that's a tad askew, as Jerry would say. It is a tad askew.
Like, you really need that onion flavor on that burger? You got to go with Funyuns, that processed, whatever that shit. There's no onion in there except onion powder, probably. I've been to Culver's a couple times, but I have not had the onion rings.
They do have a good burger, and they do have good onion rings.
Okay.
Culver's.
So, anyhow, there's the Funyun such. So, Mr. Funyun, he's, what do they call him? Jimmy Funyun?
Jimmy Funyuns.
Oh, okay, Funyuns. I don't find Funyuns that fun. But that's another story. Yeah, I think we're with Brodzinski. And then when you got Tyler Potluck when he's playing, these other guys, they're just not goal scorers. So when the first line is not scoring, it's tough. It's tough.
There's a domino effect.
And if the power play ain't working, forget about it, as they say. So,
And I believe this was similar to last year. I believe we said going into the playoffs last year that the team that stopped the Rangers on the power play is the one that was going to beat them in the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the things the Devils did better.
right. And the 5-on-5 play again. Am I really worried? I don't know about worry.
Worried about what? I don't know.
I don't know.
Only one team wins the Stanley Cup, and it's gonna take an act of God for that to happen again. Jen was at work the other night, and she says, I have a patient coming in. She didn't tell me the patient's name or anything. She just said she was an older lady she was born in 1940. And I said, oh, she was alive for the first Rangers Cup. And she goes, yeah, but she's not going to remember it. And I said, well, pretty soon I'm not going to remember the first one either.
It's fading.
Right. Fading.
I look at the pictures of me at the parade and I go, who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
I don't even recognize myself.
Speaking of the 94 Rangers, Glenn Anderson will be appearing at the Hartford Wolfpack game Thursday night for pregame photographs only. So don't ask him after the game starts for a photograph because he's got no time for you.
He's headed to the bar.
Either that or he's going to the tavern downtown across the street for the French onion soup and the buffalo chicken.
I can see him at a Wolfpack game anyway. Was he in the neighborhood? He's just going to check in. Oh my God. I don't know. So it's been frustrating. I tell you, I've been very emotional. I haven't been panicking, but I got used to winning, Jim. You know how you try to taper when you win? And I don't want to disparage Yankee fans, but I'm going to have to. The Yankees,
when they win, you're looking for the reasons why they shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees haven't had that much success recently, but in the 90s, they were really good.
Those poor, long-suffering Yankee fans.
Yeah, but the Rangers have been, for the regular seasons, ever since David Quinn, since Gallant and the Laviolette, these last 3 years, they win a majority of their regular season games.
Yeah.
And they've been
it's a hockey.
And they've been exciting to watch. I mean, they're a good when they are, but when they start losing, I'm too used to winning in the regular season. I'm getting I got so pissed on that Saturday game. I felt like you did. You mentioned earlier, but I thought, remember when the Rangers used to get the lead in the first period and they could hold it the whole game?
Right.
Now I also know they mentioned something yesterday. The Rangers, when they score first, have a great record or something like 7. I don't know, something like that. But I felt like they could go into the third period if they were up, they could hold it. Now, that whole idea for me has disappeared in the last 5-6 games. So I'm losing my mind. I mean,
it's been a frustrating period here that we're going through.
So I don't want to come out here and say I'm Mr. I'm going to dissect things intellectually. I'm losing my mind. I don't like losing. I used to embrace losing during David Quinn because you could laugh. But now this conference is so tight now. The Devils, they lose. They don't have Dougie Hamilton, which is ridiculous. No adult male should be known as Dougie. And Jack Hughes, and they're finding ways to win. Now there's a couple of teams, the Flyers have kind of fallen off, and The Islanders just blow. And
Flyers have won 3 in a row.
oh, okay. They were struggling a bit, but I guess they've come back a little bit. So
2 games out of first, or 2 points out of first, but the Rangers have 2 games at hand. The Rangers have games at hand on
a lot of teams.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
that only matters if you win them.
That's true.
That
That's
only
true.
matters if you win them.
Again, exactly. That's a Mandar. The Flyers. Really? The Flyers. So, and then I got to hear fucking Sam talk about the Red Hot Kraken.
Flyers. The Flyers.
I got to go out and get a McElrath jersey when we said that.
Anybody that knows me, I got to get a Dylan McElrath jersey.
The guy's a beast.
Wonder how that worked out.
I'm not saying I'm panicking, but I don't like losing. I know we all don't like losing, but usually I try to keep it in perspective.
I'm not panicking and I'm not worried because I don't expect them to win the cup, because the last time I expected them to win the cup, they completely shit the bed. And so I'll never expect them. 2015. So I'll never expect them to win the cup.
You went to one of those games. You saw it.
No, I went. No, that was 14.
Oh.
The following year, I was convinced they were winning the cup. And then they lost 2-0 at home in game 7 to the Lightning. And I still haven't recovered. It's 9 years later. I'm still not over it.
Yes. But I remember, didn't you go to a Stanley Cup game?
Yes. I went to game 1.
Didn't Dan Girardi make a faux pas in that game?
There were a couple of faux pas. His was one of them.
I remember did you and Justin go to that game?
Yes. And Keith McElroy.
Ah.
Bucks up 3-0 on the Eagles, if you care.
Nope. No bets there.
Okay.
Although my wife has the Eagles in a knockout pool for the Super Bowl. But I like to see them go bye-bye too. All these, I don't even care. So I've been invested. I don't know about you guys.
So I'm not panicking yet. Because I don't think, because as constructed, they're not good enough to win the cup. I don't think.
Right.
So
they've got to make the right. They've got to make the right additions at the deadline.
I would panic if I thought they were underachieving, but I'm not sure they are.
Well, they got to fix this.
They might just be a team that played over their heads for a couple of months, and now they've leveled off. And sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Well, then I don't see, the thing that bothers me about that is that we change coaches, right? For a reason, to make adjustments. So I understand they're dealing with a lot of injuries and a lot of fucking marginal players, especially in the bottom 6. But they were playing a certain way, and I almost feel like maybe this offense first with the defensemen, I kind of liked it better when they just played like normal. I understand they're like 6th or 7th in defenseman points or something around there, but I'd rather trade that for a steadier, more I don't know, because I don't see it paying dividends. I mean, other than the points, it's not making any unit of 5 that much better. I mean, look at the defenseman. I'll give you Keandre Miller has not progressed.
Stinks.
I'll give you Braden Schneider feels taken a step back. Zach Jones is a -61 whenever he plays. That guy is like Mr. Minus. I want to call him Klaus Minor. He's my Klaus Minus.
Ursa Minor.
Yeah, Ursa Minor. Troopers.
Yeah, but Margaret, they've been playing back-to-back games almost every weekend, but their record is
They're
great
good in
on back-to-back.
back-to-back.
They're 7-0 or something like that.
Yeah, they're good in back-to-back. I don't think Ryan Lindgren's played all that great. Fox has scored some goals. He's looking better lately. He looks like he's finally coming back into shape. And Gustafson has struggled too. So I don't know.
Gustafson straight as a Grizzlies dick.
So, and that as well. So, I don't know. It could be wear and tear, but it's game 40, man. They're just I guess they played the first game part of the second half of the season yesterday. So, I don't know. I was an emotional man. I can't stand these goalies outplaying our goalies. It's just ridiculous.
Well, that's frustrating, especially when you start reading the names.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've been saying this since we've been on the air.
The Ukko-Pekka Luukkonens,
all these bozos,
the Anton Forsbergs, the Doug Sotarts,
the other guy,
the Michael Utes, the Chris Terraries,
Chris Terrible. Basically. The other guy, Dylan Levi from last year.
Devin Levi.
From
he got sent back to the minors, didn't he?
But now I'm saying these guys now. Then I'll think to myself, maybe because the Rangers were at top of the league, that these teams are getting up for us. Could that be an equation?
Could be. I guess. Become the hunted.
Goalies, they all play well.
I don't know. Are the Rangers that imposing and that that formidable? That
I don't know. They come up. People are talking about them. Even Canada was recognizing how good the Rangers were. Spit and Chicklets was retracting all their stuff as the Rangers being fuguzi. And all of a sudden,
well, he's moved on to the Islanders anyway.
Oh yeah, those inbreds. He's got them all.
He was trashing them for what happened the other night in the Predators game.
Yeah, that was some. I got to tell you, the Islanders are a class organization through and through. Let me tell you, from the selling of cupcakes to having Rick DiPietro working the hot dogs between periods on fan appreciation night. And didn't they have a cigar shop or some shit in there? They had some tattoos. They had tattoos.
Tattoos, yeah.
I mean, they run a great organization over there. And then they give up a late goal against the Preds. And what do? Oh, yeah, chili night? I don't remember chili night. I remember that when they used to get 5 goals, they used to give out chili. Yeah, look at this. Look, we're leaving.
Nashville scored a late empty net goal. There was still 0.5 seconds left, but the entire team left the bench except for Bo Horvat. Everybody else had gone to the locker room while the 5 players that had to be out there for the faceoff stayed on the ice. Everybody else had left.
Ridiculous. When is that Lane Lambert going to get fired? He stinks. That team doesn't.
It's got to be soon, right? It's got
to be soon. I feel like they've given up on him. Plus,
they're 4-5-1 in their last 10. They're minus 13,
and they're so young too. With Zach Parisi and Matt Martin. How old are these guys? Those guys were playing together 10 years ago. Cizikas and Kyle Clutterfuck and all those other assholes. They're old and boring. What could you? I hate to do this.
Yeah, good point, Mike. Speaking of Horvat, how much of a clown do you think he feels like seeing where the Canucks are now, right?
Exactly. Meanwhile, they're fucking on fire, man. I hate fucking Cal. I hate them all. What's Matthew Barzell, superstar Matthew Barzell's numbers this year? Because he's considered the prize jewel over there.
12 goals, 33 assists.
He's got a lot of assists.
Yep.
All right.
Still
like Alexei Lafreniere in goals, though.
He is leading the team in points with Dobson and Horvat right behind him. And Brock Nelson, another member of the youth movement on Long Island.
He's a good player, that guy. But you know what?
Points.
I hate
he could be our third line center.
He's got 19 goals or something.
Yeah.
Can you throw up a picture of Brock Nelson? Because he is a weird-looking dude. He looks like he belongs like in like the 1950s.
He does.
Doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He is an odd-looking dude.
I mean, see, I'm not only look at this guy. He looks like he came out of like
Mad Men.
Yeah.
Like he was on Mad Men.
He's like, I expected like with a crew cut. I don't know, but he's a decent player. He's the only guy I respect over there.
He's got a long
I
neck.
don't even respect him. Most of the Islanders are weird looking.
That's true.
That's true. Just like their fans.
They're not a handsome team.
That's true. So, I don't know. Once again, the Islanders are a disgrace to the league. And
that may be the funniest thing you've ever said, Connor.
He's been hot lately.
He looks like the human version of a dirty cigarette.
Well, I think Connor's cracked some good jokes lately. What's going on over there? You got a writer now? Somebody writing your jokes? Well, the Islanders' woes have given me some solace during this period. What else is going on? You want to push your luck and call in? I don't know about that. There's Joy Rosen. Her mouth appropriately open.
The great Joy Rosen. Yes, Aaron Judge is at the Bucks game.
Wow.
Decked out in his free Buccaneers sweatshirt.
Joy Rosen.
There she
is. It's weird that I recognized her right away. I know she's wearing Islander garb and everything, but the fact that I know who Joy Rosen is.
I bet you more Ranger fans know her name than Islander fans. And I'll bet you almost everybody that watches this show knows her name.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You'll be very happy to know Jacob Trouba and his wife had a baby, Eddie. I know how much you love when the players have kids, especially in the middle of the season. You know, now Trouba's up till 5 a.m. doing the feedings and the walk on the floor with the colic.
With the Rangers, with all their resources, you have like a nanny division. You know what they have?
Yep. That's what Sam could do.
Yeah. Uncle Sammy's coming over to mind you. Kick him out of the booth. Kick him out of the booth and have him changing diapers.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay.
See, he can sing lullabies and everything.
He's definitely got the skills to do it.
Mike Lakem. Madison Kindergarten.
Very good. Everybody's in good form today. Oh, God. Yep, Max, you're right there. Fucking John Gino can put anybody to sleep. Over the last 15 years, I've noticed that Jeff Skinner
likes
to chirp a lot to the refs. It took 15 years
Took
to
him
tell me the
15 years to
story.
give us insight.
Since he started with Carolina as a rookie, you finally have come clean. Decided to give me some useful information for once. Instead of talking to some assistant coach about something.
Touchdown Buccaneers.
Wow.
God.
I love the inside jokes just flowing here. So I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, the goaltender's got to be better. The Rangers got to be better with giving up the multiple goals quick. Got to get healthier. Got to get to the deadline. We got to
They
get.
got a Seattle team coming in that's been playing very well, although they did lose last night to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Or they lost today to Pittsburgh, right? I think they
didn't
played this
check the
afternoon.
Pittsburgh did play today. I don't know what
3-0 they lost today to Pittsburgh.
Oh, Joe, but they have one. They had one 8 out of 9. He's going to come in guns a-blazing out. The Kraken are improved.
Kraken are 9-0-1 in their last 10, or not 9-1 and 8-1-1, I guess, in their last 10, and they had previously won 9 in a row. So they're coming in hot, and then the Rangers get to go on the road to the West Coast.
The vaunted West Coast trip, which we went 5-0 last time.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, it was the most successful Ranger. I remember that. Me and you were sitting on top of Mount Everest of Ranger fandom. Never been done before.
Right.
Setting them up and knocking them down.
Hi, Tanner.
Hello, Tanner. True Mark Brown is a concern. That brotherly love that Zibanejad and Kreider, they really do. Have you ever seen a bromance with two Ranger players like this before? I don't really. Even in Hedberg and Nielsen weren't this close.
Right.
They played together their entire professional life.
Right.
Probably amateur too in Sweden. And these guys are hugging and kissing, and at the end of the game, it's like it's Brola, but we gotta find a right wing.
Dave Maloney and Don Maloney. I don't even think they got along as well as Mika and Kreider.
No. Maybe it was a different era where you couldn't show your emotions as much.
Right.
Wow. The Islanders got shut out by the Wild.
That's a shame.
The Wild stink.
God, you hate to see that.
They're going to fire that Lane Lambert.
No.
No, keep it as is. If they're doing good.
Stay the course.
All right, Chris Gervais. If I could blow you up, you mentioned the magic word.
Devils also lost today. They were also shut out.
Wow.
Lots of shutouts today, which means Igor didn't play.
Chris Gervais mentioned Anthony Duclair. Stop. I'm not going back there. You should play. This should be a cue to play the appropriate music. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
I do declare.
I do declare. That goal he scored against the Rangers, that was the biggest cherry picking goal I've ever seen.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
I like Tarasenko. He got a goal the other night, goal and assist. I'm ready for Patrick Kane, although I think Patrick Kane is nursing an injury right now.
Yes, also nursing injury.
And then everybody wanted Trevor Zegras, and he broke his ankle.
Right. See how it all
The
works
name
out?
of Roman Ender has been invoked.
We haven't had a good Roman Endor reference in a while.
Yes. So I guess these other teams are having their troubles. I was watching the Devil game. They lost. They lose in overtime. Yeah, they lost in overtime. And Danico, he couldn't. He was so proud of them getting into the overtime, and like. Then when they lost in overtime, he tried to disguise his pain, and it's just you could hear it in his voice. He was so disappointed, and I was so glad. And then I said to myself, these teams have announcers who really root and feel for their team they announce. And me and Mom, we're stuck with these two, I don't know, monkeys on organ grinders, like fucking MSG organ grinder.
I would take Frank Vetrano back.
Frankie the Rifle? Has he cooled off considerably?
Oh, you can't cool off Frank Vetrano.
That's true.
Can only hope to contain him.
Rifles don't get
Frank Vetrano, 21 goals, 10 assists.
What? 21 goals?
3 goals in his last 5 games. Sizzling.
And all he does is shoot.
All he does is shoot.
So you don't even have to worry.
The other night against Carolina, Eddie, he had 1 shot on goal. Guess where it went?
It netted twine.
In the net.
See, that's
1
why
shot on goal.
That's why he's a perfect fit for that first line, because he's only going to see one pass a game. Right. They pass to each other. So he'll get the shot and he'll score. We just stop with the Tyler Mott. I feel like you guys are just baiting me. Baiting me and Jim. I don't want this guy. He never wants to be with us. So I don't know, Frankie V. I like Frankie V.
I would take him back.
And he plays with a little edge too. He's not a prototypical Ranger. Like Blake Wheeler is just like a lumbering sloth.
Now this is per Hockey Reference.
Okay.
His nicknames are Mizzy, Grapes, Rolex, Frank the Tank, Frankie V, and the Springfield Rifle.
Wow.
He's only 29. He's only making $3.5 million. No problem. Make it. Get it done. See, look at Sean's idea. I like this. Trade for Vetrano and Lettieri. Put him with Trocheck, and you got the Ginzo line.
Oh, that's not bad. Except Vinny Lettieri is terrible.
Could play the Sopranos theme as they take the ice.
It'd be worth it just to play that music.
Hey, he's only 29 compared to the other two. Compared to the 2 line mates he'd have, he's the youngster.
That's true.
He's only 29.
Why do I feel like
now?
Frank Vetrano? No, it's not that old at all.
Flintstones?
I mean, he's not a spring chicken, like
He's not like Filipino.
Filipino at 23 and his career is 19, over.
He's been in the league 12 years.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we know we're going with Frankie V. He's not going to get Rangerized. He played well for the Rangers. He shoots first, which is like.
Look what Jen said.
The lovebirds.
The lovebirds.
I love that.
That might be the new nickname for them.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's
I think
it, the
Millie came up
Lovebirds.
with a winner.
The Lovebirds.
I wonder if Kreider brushes Zabinajad's hair.
100 strokes every night.
100 strokes every night.
Mirror,
Listen.
mirror on the wall. Who's the prettiest center of them all? You are, Mika.
We kid because we love them, ladies and gentlemen. But
Of course.
and they're also not fucking producing, so they're on the fucking target. I don't know what's going on there. The Lovebirds, I love that. So it's kind of crazy times right now. But I even texted to one of my friends and said, I'm losing my shit over here. I started getting a little too emotional. I don't usually get that emotional. And then so they play Seattle. Oh, let's talk about the Wolf Pack. A lot of fisticuffs going down there, and
Well, like
Louis
we said,
Domingue got into a fight.
Louis Domingue. And
You guys see that? That was pretty
you
good.
did. And our favorite, or my favorite.
Wow, I like Matt Reppenstein too, man.
Favorite of the show.
This was quite a slugfest.
This was a pretty good fight.
For a hockey fight, not to myself. And the modern,
Turn off the. I don't know why everybody's going to put music on these videos, but there's no audio, so
it's
it's just music.
2024. This is 1988-ish, or rapid fire. Not even. Probably like reminds me of like the Wendell Clark days, where we're just gonna go punch for punch. Now Rempe has the face mask, the other guy doesn't. His helmet comes off.
Yeah, a little bit. Pretty good bombs in there, though.
There it is. See, now his helmet's off. They're going at it big time. I like this. I like that Rempe is just willing to fight. It's just those face shields. Just imagine how much that hurts when your fist hits that face shield.
It's gotta hurt, right?
Oh yeah.
But that's why Rempe's face looked the way it did when he's not afraid to mix it up.
No. I like that they have guys that are capable. The Rangers' history is they've always had like these freaks, like these tall guys, but we've seen with Adam Edstrom, we see with Will Cooley, he's a tall fella, leading all rookies in hits, as I reminded every game. He's not afraid to throw the body. He'll fight when asked to.
There's video. I forgot there's video from. Hold on. I don't think I showed this on the show. Hang on a second. I just found this.
It's not anybody getting their prostate.
No. Somebody took video of Rempe with the BSU picture there. I forget who had my phone at that point, but
I bet you it was Chris John.
Might have been. Or might have been one of the kids, actually. I think that's who it was.
Oh, okay. Now, whose laugh was that?
I think that was Jen. I think.
So, but I have to say that it was a great day, Matt Reppenstein.
It was. Can't wait to do it again. They were just here. The Wolfpack were just here the other night. Played the Phantoms. They lost. It was 4-1. We couldn't go to the game, unfortunately.
Was that the spicy pork, or where Louis Domingue got into it?
That was the night Louis Domingue had the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that really quick, because there was a lot going on in that game. Domingue, I gotta spell his name right. Here we go. I think this is it. Hold on. I got it. Here we go.
Oh, this is the Domingue?
Yeah.
Way down the ice. Domingue got right into it. He was run into by Wilson. He didn't like it. He gave Wilson a hack. Wilson wanted him. And here we go. Louis Domingue and Garrett Wilson with 2 officials on him. Sandstrom is still in his own crease. Domingue's got the right hand freed. He gets a punch in on Wilson over one of the linesmen. They're trying to separate him here. And Domingue is still barking at Garrett Wilson. This has been boiling over all night long. And that collision behind the net was the spark.
Now there's an announcer that is excited.
That was the I believe that was the Phantoms coverage. The local cable company here shows, I don't know if they show all their games, but they show a lot of their games. So I think that was the Service Electric coverage of the Phantoms. I don't know. It looked like it was taken on somebody's cell phone, Mike.
Oh, was that bad? I mean,
Or it might have been the Service Electric feed, which probably is not much different.
AHL footage is still hard to come by.
So,
what else I have to say? I don't remember.
I don't really have anything else.
No, I don't have anything. I wish I did. I mean, other than the Funyuns bit. Saw a great episode of Love Boat. We'll talk about the next show.
Okay. So Seattle tomorrow, then they hit the road. Vegas, LA, Anaheim, San Jose, and then they come home for Vegas. So 4 games on the road, 10 o'clock Thursday night. I'll be asleep. 10:30 Saturday night. If I'm lucky, I'll make it through the first 2 periods. 8:30 Sunday night. Now, again, they're on the West Coast on a weekend. Why can't these games start a little earlier for people on the East Coast? Why do they have to put? Why does a game in Anaheim have to start at 5:30 at night? Or in LA? Why can't they play at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? The Rangers do it all the time on the East Coast. Why can't they? I mean, they have these Saturday afternoon games. Why can't the Kings play at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Or the Ducks?
I don't understand.
I mean, I understand during the week. Okay, the game's got to start at 7:30 because otherwise nobody's going to be there. But on the weekends when they're playing East Coast teams, you can't play it at a reasonable time.
Michael, like I'm starting to ask me anything segment.
The Thomas Dewey campaign.
Yes. I can't really go into that, but Harry S. Truman was just saying the buck stops here.
Buck stops here.
Walk softly.
Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. What? Is Jushkin's on the sauce or nose candy again? He just turned his career around. Remember, that guy was a bum with Dallas. Oh, allegedly. Well, I bet you Evgeny Kuznetsov should get back on the nose candy because he stinks.
Oh, he went into the NHL PA player assistance program, which wasn't that long ago that there was a former player. Now I forget who it was saying how bad the NHL PA program was.
No, I did not win any U.S. sumo amateur titles, but I did travel to Japan, where I was got given an honorary sumo reception and accommodations. Oh, by the way, I don't want to hear anything about the weather. I'm sick about it. Sick of hearing about it. Weather is not news. I want to turn on a news broadcast. I want to see news, not an hour of weather. So there's another thing you could add to the Ed Geik hate list. Stop talking about the fucking weather all day and all night. What's this? Oh, no. Don't. 10-day weather forecast? Is that from the Doppler 7000?
It's from weather.com.
Oh. You know,
13-0 bucks.
We got Weather Van 2000 out here. There's all these fucking things. I don't know. They got helicopters with names. The weather has just taken over the world. It's going to rain apples tomorrow. And if it doesn't, I'm going to have a celly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if Jim is getting snow. He'll deal with it. You know, the human race, I don't even know. I don't know how we conquered the West. Now, you know, Manifest Destiny was about us conquering the West. And here we are every minute of the day checking the fucking temperature. These people, the pioneers, didn't even know where they were going. They had no roads. They had no GPS. They had nothing.
They never heard of Fahrenheit.
They thought a guy.
Fahrenheit was the German guy that ran the bakery.
Exactly. Hey, go see Fahrenheit. I need some bread. But all of a sudden, us obsessed. Hey, you got what's your weather like in Texas? What's your weather like? I don't care. Record lows, don't care. I have a refrigerator. I have a heated home. What am I worried about? Sorry. All right.
Breaking news. Eddie hates the weather.
I just hate the obsession. Because it's meant to scare the old people. They're, we gotta get supplies. Rain is coming. Floods. Well, listen, how are you going to beat Harry S. Truman? Lloyd Lindsay Young, the last weather forecaster I actually enjoyed.
It's going to be nippy in them Nar Hills tonight. Hello, Atlantic Highlands. All right, they're having a big fundraiser down there at a restaurant for the Children's Fund, and this is to help care.
Oh, God, it was Garden of Dreams night.
For young cancer patients at Mount Sinai Hospital, so everybody in Atlantic Highlands show up. A great cause. I was in Atlantic City for a similar fund last weekend. Teens in our area, 20s down to the south, 70s in southern Florida. Did you know yesterday in North Dade County, north of Miami, it was 90? 90? Oh, incredible. I don't know if I can go on after that.
Paul Gaduzzi met Lloyd Lindsay Young. That's on my bucket list. Hey, mate, how did he get fired? How did this guy lose his job? He's made it fun.
Right.
And with that fund that he was reporting, he told me what it was about. The Garden of Dreams doesn't tell me what it's about. What does it do? I just want some transparency, ladies and gentlemen. That's why Dewey lost. He wasn't transparent enough. Tex Antoine was not a drunk. However, he didn't get in charge. Mr. Weatherby, he did get in trouble. He did get in trouble for making a joke about rape and was then canceled way back in the 70s, which is a hard thing to do. What is that?
Tell you, sir, at least I'm not standing on ice today. It's just wet out here, but it's still pretty chilly. Let me tell you, that north wind, that'll turn you. Here's my advice. Always have your back to the north wind. Now, the wind is right behind me out there blowing off the Hackensack River. It's not exactly a nice day for a picnic. It's 47 degrees in the breeze. The relative humidity is 75%. And with that north wind of 14, it pushes the wind chill down to 30 degrees. The old barometer is falling at 30.07. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Let me put my hot toddy down. I just drink straight tea. This
guy was hysterical.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Piscataway. Happy anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Beverly.
Genius.
We gotta find him. We gotta find him and get him to go, hello, Blue Shirt Underground, and then do a weather forecast just for Eddie. Tonight in Lake Ronkonkoma, heavy snow coming in. He would always say, heavy snow.
Bill, I'm sorry. I don't understand why he ever lost his job. That guy made the weather fun. You hear him trying to throw fear into people? What's Cutter saying? He's getting.
No, he's trying to throw fun into people.
Yeah. All right. When we get to Lloyd Lindsay Young clips from the late 80s, I think it's about time to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. My voice is suffering today. I did some recording with the idiot box, or what do we call him? Spherical cube.
Stupid cube.
Stupid cube. And the voice is just giving.
That's Rock's band.
Yeah, that's Rock's band. I felt bad for saying, what's the name of your podcast again? I didn't mean it that way. I don't know. So, good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. When's the next show? I don't know.
I guess we could come back next Monday if you want. Hopefully I'll have caught up on the games by then.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough because a lot of ours. I'll DVR and probably watch them.
Yeah, I can watch the rewind. So, yeah. Well, if next Monday is good for you, it's good for me.
Okay. Well, thank you all for joining us.
And on that note,
let's get it turned around here. Let's get some wins. Let's surprise wins. Beat those Kings. Beat those Vegas Golden Knights. What do you got? Those two San Jose, they're terrible. Anaheim ain't much better either. So let's go. The Funyuns, yes.
13-3 in Tampa. Thanks everybody for being here. Let's get, like Eddie said, let's get back on track. Let's get back to our winning ways. We are used to excellence, par excellence when it comes to hockey.
That's right. I want to be high as a kite.
We want Eddie wearing his crown next Monday night. Kings of the NHL.
Flicking teams off my shoulder like bugs.
Right.
All right.
We love you guys. Check us out on Facebook. The old shows are on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Player FM. We're everywhere. You can't throw a rock without hitting our show. We love you guys. Eddie, always a pleasure.
Nice seeing you. Nice gabbing with you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.